All right, I don't really want to take too much time to discuss this, but I do have some things I want to say, so let's just get into it. First of all, congratulations Lamar Jackson on winning the MVP this year. You are officially a two-time MVP. You are now the 11th quarterback in NFL history to win multiple MVPs. You also become the youngest quarterback in NFL history to win two MVPs. So you're a two-time MVP, two-time first-team All-Pro quarterback, three-time Pro Bowl quarterback. You have accomplished a lot, man. I'm so proud of you. Never in my mind did I ever think that we would ever draft a quarterback this talented. Nor did I think we would ever have a quarterback even come close to winning the MVP award. And you've done it twice. Everything you've done for Baltimore since the day you arrived, we love you. We appreciate everything you've done. Of course, we haven't accomplished the mission of winning a Super Bowl just yet. We came close this year. We couldn't get it done in the AFC title game. It was a tough loss, but hey, it's sports. Only one team can win. We'll focus on bringing some pieces back, making some moves in the offseason, getting this team back together, and we'll have another go at it next year. As long as we have you as our quarterback, I truly believe we can win a Super Bowl. I appreciate everything you've brought to this team since you came here. We were on the verge of heading to the dark ages until you were drafted. You come in and you completely turn this franchise around and start the new era of Ravens football. So I appreciate everything you've done for the Ravens. Keep striving for greatness, man. You are making a great Hall of Fame career. You continue to add to your legacy. And man, you just continue to be great. Two-time MVP. Never would have thought we would have had a quarterback to win one, and you've done it twice. All that's missing from your resume, buddy, is that championship. And I know with your motivation, your drive, and your will to win, you will find a way to be right back in the position you were in this year, next year, and you'll get the job done and take us the distance. I truly believe we will win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson. As long as you got number 8 taking snaps for us in Baltimore, we're going to be all right. We will always be able to compete for a title as long as this guy is under center for us as our quarterback. So I'm excited to see what he can do. The best part about this is he's only 27 years old. He came into the league very young, and he's had 6 great years. 6 crazy years, but 6 great years of just playing great football. Now, of course, all the years didn't end the way we wanted it to, i.e. a Super Bowl, but, he's been great. And there's been some moments where things haven't gone the way we wanted to. I.e. him getting injured, which is something you can't control. Thankfully, those injuries weren't anything majorly severe that would require surgery, so technically he suffered injuries that just required time and healing, but no actual structural damage and no surgery. So this guy, honestly, he's going to have a long career, man. However you feel about it, he's going to have a long career. I could see Lamar Jackson playing for another 10 years if he wants to. And I hope he can spend those next 10 years in Baltimore. But we're not talking about the future. We're not even talking about the past. We're talking about the present. And presently, you are a 2-time MVP, which means you join a very special class of quarterbacks. Congratulations to you, man. Keep striving for greatness, and I cannot wait to see what you and this Ravens squad is going to do on the field next year. Hopefully we can get that Super Bowl. But the fact that we got to the AFC title game means we are treading in the right direction. We broke through. We're starting to show some success in the playoffs. We're showing we can get somewhat deep into the playoffs. Now we got to find a way to book our ticket to that Super Bowl and hopefully come up with that Lombardi trophy. Plans for the future. Let's see if we can get it done. But yeah, I appreciate what you bring to the table, Lamar Jackson, man. I wouldn't have any other quarterback be the guy for the Ravens, and I just appreciate everything you've done for this organization and this franchise and for this fan base. It's not easy being in that position, knowing how polarizing of a player you are, media fan wise. But no matter what they say about you, no matter what the critics say and what the fans or critics that are quote unquote fans say about you, you continue to just go out there and be you. You continue to go out there and play your brand of football. You go out there and be Lamar Jackson. And that's all I can ask for. So I appreciate everything you've done for the Ravens. And I hope you continue to just be that same great player, but honestly continue to be that same genuine guy you've been since day one. And just go out there and compete the way you've been competing your entire life. And hopefully we will be able to get that Super Bowl. I believe in you, Lamar Jackson. And I cannot wait to see what you're going to do moving forward. But so far, through 6 years of a career, man, 2 MVPs, 2 first-team All-Pros, 3 Pro Bowls, that is not bad, man. That is a great resume. And it clearly shows that he will be a Hall of Famer when he finally decides to hang up his jersey. But yeah, I appreciate everything Lamar brings to the table. Thank you so much for what you do. And once again, congratulations on winning MVP. However, we do have to talk about the flip side of this. And this isn't for Lamar. This is more so for the fans to have an understanding, especially the Lamar Jackson fans. Now that Lamar Jackson is a two-time MVP, things will change even more. I remember discussing this when he won his first MVP. I sat back and said that now that he's an MVP, the way he's looked at, the way people viewed him, the expectation that's placed on him is entirely different. It's no longer, oh, can this guy be a great quarterback? Can this guy win football games for you? Can this guy take you to the playoffs? All that is done once you won that first MVP. Now it's expected for you to play at a high level. It's expected for you to be great. It's expected for you to be able to win games and put your team in the position to make the playoffs and hopefully go on a deep run. That is what an MVP does. So when you won that first MVP, I said those were your expectations. And the more you continue to succeed, the more you continue to rack up these awards, the higher the level you go and the higher the expectations are placed on you. Now that you've become a two-time MVP, you enter a very special class. You see, every two-time MVP, or at least multiple-time MVP in the history of football, has won a Super Bowl. Every one. You are the 11th quarterback in the history of this game to win multiple MVPs. The previous 10 have won at least one championship. With you now being a two-time MVP, almost unanimous, he won 49 of the 50 votes. One person had him as a third-place vote. If he would have got first place there, he would be a two-time unanimous MVP, something that's never been done before. I don't think we'll ever see that, but he was very close to getting that. Anyway, now that you are a two-time MVP and now that you're placed on that class, the expectations that have been put on you are even higher. You're in a higher class, which means you have to live up to that. Now the conversation isn't even about you playing great in the regular season, winning football games, being a top-tier quarterback, and getting your team to the playoffs, winning your division, whatever. None of that matters. Now that you are a two-time MVP, the only conversations we're going to have about you is what are you doing to putting a ring on your finger? What are you going to do to get a ring on your finger? What are you doing? What are you bringing to the table? What are you contributing? How is your play helping this team, your franchise? How is it going to help them get a Super Bowl? The only conversations we're going to have about Lamar Jackson moving forward is what he's doing to try to put a ring on his finger, because that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what Lamar Jackson does in the regular season. He's already had 2 great years. He's a 2-time MVP. We know he can play at an elite level. We know he can play at a high level. We know what he can do. This guy is not only a 2-time MVP, not only a 3-time Pro Bowler, not only a 2-time first-team All-Pro. He's a quarterback that's led the league in touchdown passes. He's won his division multiple times. He's been the 1 seed multiple times in the same conference that Patrick Mahomes is in. This guy has literally done everything you could possibly do as a quarterback except win the Super Bowl. And this year he got very close to getting to the dance. So we're seeing an improvement with Lamar Jackson. Hopefully that continues to tread in the right direction. But this is a guy that is right behind Mahomes for winning percentage as a starter. Mahomes has the best winning percentage as a starter. Lamar Jackson's number 2. Lamar Jackson has done so much. He's literally, in terms of accomplishments, the only person in the league right now. Well, I mean, of course, you got to add Aaron Rodgers, but, he didn't play this year. The only person that was playing that has more accomplishments than Lamar Jackson is Patrick Mahomes. And right now, Patrick Mahomes is chasing Tom Brady. So that guy's even on another tier. He's on the tier with Tom Brady where he's chasing Brady for the GOAT. This is Mahomes' era. You just hope you can get a ring out of it. So you got Mahomes up here in his own category, and right below him is where Lamar is. But that second category is that area of all-time greats, first ballot Hall of Famers, legends. These are the conversations we're going to start to have about Lamar Jackson. Nobody's going to care if Lamar comes out here next year and wins his 3rd MVP. We've seen you win multiple MVPs. We've seen you dominate games. We've seen you put together great MVP campaigns. We've seen you ball out and be an elite top 5, top 3, hell, top 2 quarterback. At times, you've looked like the best quarterback in the regular season. So we know you're the best of the best. You're one of the best quarterbacks in the game. You're one of the best players in the league. You are an elite player and an elite quarterback through and through. We know what you bring to the table, Lamar. At this point, moving forward, the regular season has no specific aspect or effect in terms of how we discuss and talk about Lamar Jackson. If he has a bad game, he's going to be crucified even harder because you are a 2-time MVP. Anything short of perfection, there's going to be some level of criticism. If he plays great, don't expect to see a lot of praise. You are a two-time MVP. We've seen you put up performances like this. You playing at a high level moving forward is the expectation. It's the requirement. Lamar having great performances in the regular season does nothing in the discussions because that is to be expected of you now. You're not just Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. You are now two-time MVP Lamar Jackson. You are now two-time first-team All-Pro quarterback Lamar Jackson. That is what you are. So the expectations are all about what you're doing to try to put a ring on your finger. That's just how it is. So for all the Ravens fans and all the Lamar Jackson fans that are going to be out here getting involved in the discussions next year, when you see Lamar playing great and people are still not giving him the proper praise he deserves, understand that this guy is now a two-time MVP. He's in a very specific class, and he has to make sure he honors that class by winning a ring. Every quarterback in the league history that has won multiple MVPs has gotten at least a Super Bowl. Lamar needs to add his name to that list of Super Bowl winners. Because if you're going to win multiple MVPs, you got to have the ring. The best part about this is Lamar has plenty of time to do so. At 27 years old, the man is at the prime of his career, and he's going to have plenty of opportunities to be able to compete for a title. We missed out on this opportunity this year. It was a huge opportunity. Would have loved to have seen the Ravens win that AFC title game against the Chiefs and get to Super Bowl, but we couldn't get the job done. It is unfortunate. However, there is next year. I'm excited to see what Lamar Jackson can do year 2 in this system now that he has even more control and will have even more input, because last year, the whole contract situation did take up part of the offseason. But this year, there's no issues with that. We can just go straight through, and he's just here straight up, no drama, nothing. So this upcoming offseason, not even upcoming. We're in the offseason now. All that's really left is the Super Bowl. But yeah, this offseason, it's all about making sure we retain some of the talent in the free agency and add more talent around Lamar Jackson and continue to build on the offensive system so that we can continue to be a better football team, a better offensive team than we've been in previous years. And hopefully we will find a way to translate that offense into the playoffs consistently, because we saw what they're capable of against the Texans, but what they did against the Chiefs, that was just not a good performance by them. And honestly, just the boneheaded mistakes and the turnovers, it was unfortunate, but that's not Ravens football, and that's not what they've showcased to us throughout the season. So we've got to make sure we can elevate our game as a team, and bring that with us to the playoffs. So obviously we'll see what happens. Obviously we didn't get it done, but we'll see what happens next year, and we'll see what this team can do next season. But yeah, once again, congratulations, Lamar Jackson. Congratulations, Lamar Jackson. But at the same time, for all the Lamar Jackson stands, you got to understand he's now in a different class. We're talking about this guy being a first ballot. I don't even know if you want to sit back and say he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Resume-wise, that's an argument. That's an argument that he could be first ballot Hall of Famer. But even if you don't want to say that, with a resume like that, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. So this guy is right now making a Hall of Fame case for himself, and he's in a very, very special class, and every single individual that's in that class has a ring. So Lamar right now, it's all about the ring. Next year, nobody cares about MVP. Nobody cares about Pro Bowl. Nobody cares about first team All-Pro. Nobody cares about winning the division. It's what you're going to do in January and hopefully February. That is the only aspect we're paying attention to. So once again, Lamar Jackson, congratulations. And yeah, I just can't wait to see what you guys are going to do next year. I could use the break though, man. This has been a very interesting season. And the fact that we came so close to making the Super Bowl made me both happy and disappointed at the same time. Happy that we got that far because it shows we're finally making the right improvements. We stayed healthy. We were a great team. Lamar Jackson had a great season, won MVP. We can still be a team that truly competes, and we can actually get past the second round. So we finally broke through. Now it's time to try to break through out of this conference and get to the Super Bowl. So that's the next step. So we'll see what we have to do and what steps we have to take to make sure that we find ourselves in that same situation next year, and this time we get it done in the title game to advance the Super Bowl and hopefully win the championship. I still believe we will win a ring with Lamar Jackson. That belief has not gone away. As long as number 8 is taking snaps for this team, I 100% believe we can win a championship with him, and I believe we will win a Super Bowl with Lamar Jackson. But it just won't happen this year. We'll see what happens next year, though. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening. And that's pretty much all I got to say. Once again, congratulations to Lamar Jackson. And with that being said, that is all I've got, and I'm out of here. Peace.